Freaky Friday.
This might actually be the most underrated cinematic universe in history.
Freaky Friday has been remade into 4 movies plus a Broadway musical in the last 40 years.
With the 1976 version grossing nearly $26 million in the box office, and the 2003 version crushing the box office with $160 million. This is all I have for now, but this is only possible because Disney knew something that very few people do about making a box office hit. This isn't just a gimmick. We're gonna break down the 3-part formula that Disney has used to ensure box office success. Part 1 is the concept. Just look at the posters for these films. The version with Jamie Lee Curtis did it the best. In one glance, you get the concept of this film. But also, it's intriguing. Everyone begins to imagine, what if this happened to me? The whole walk a mile in my shoes idea is timeless. Literally, the first Freaky Friday movie is an adaptation of a 1972 novel. But nearly a century earlier in the UK, a novel was published called Vice Versa, about a father and son switching bodies. This concept is held up throughout history because it's easy to understand and intriguing to audiences around the world. Take it from a Freaky Friday expert. How many times have you watched Freaky Friday?
Like 10,000.
10,000? And is that all one version, or is that how many times did you watch each version?
Every single version.
Okay, but what do you like so much about Freaky Friday? Why is it so good?
Because the mom and the daughter switch places. I want a switch party.
Why?
She had like to be in your shoe and you be in mine, and we should learn from it. I should maybe love them to do that.
What do you mean?
Maybe love to do our own Freaky Friday version.
Oh, I forgot to mention, this Freaky Friday expert is my best friend Jay. My dad and I are currently crowdfunding a movie that will feature Jay as the lead character. The script is so wholesome. There's heavy Pixar's Up vibes, except our story is going to show the love and joy of individuals with Down syndrome. But there's no Freaky Friday concept in our movie. So while we get into the second part of the Freaky Friday formula, I'm going to be working on a surprise to put Jay in a Freaky Friday scene by the end of this video. The second part is clarity of the main character's desire and misbelief. This is something that's remained in every Freaky Friday remake. First, let's take a look at the 1976 version.
You know what you said? Annabelle, I said, when you're grown up, people don't tell you what to do. You have to tell yourself, which is sometimes more difficult.
Oh, yeah. You can tell yourself to watch TV all day, or go to lunch with your friends, eat what you want for breakfast, or go to big parties or movies with Dad.
And do the laundry, I reminded her. And the shopping, and the cooking. Make things nice for everybody. Honestly, Bill, that child has not got a clue about my life.
Sounds like a picnic to me. I wish I could switch places with her for just one day.
In that short scene right at the beginning of the film, the audience already understands these things about the main characters. The daughter believes that her mom's life is much easier than being a kid. She desires to experience the freedoms of being an adult. The mother believes that her life is much more difficult than her daughter's. She desires to escape her responsibilities for the freedom of childhood. Same thing in the 2003 version.
Friday.
You think my life is perfect? You couldn't last one day in my high school.
Cookie.
The demise of so many movies is having a main character whose desires are unclear, or they're so flawless that there's no room for them to grow. Is there any way I could just order a fortune cookie? How are you doing today?
How are you?
Good.
He's good?
I've actually never had him before, but I'm getting him for a surprise for a friend.
Oh, I see. You need a bag? We don't have a surprise bag.
That's good.
This is the surprise bag.
Yeah, look at that. Have a happy day. We got the cookie. So now we have 2 parts of the formula, concept and clarity. But wait a second. Now we have 2 parts of the formula, concept and clarity, but part 3 is the most important element to Freaky Friday's success, arc linked to plot. The greatest filmmakers know how to tell a story that not only has an engaging plot with twists and turns, but actually use those twists and turns to change the main characters by the end. For example, Top Gun Maverick wouldn't have grossed $1.5 billion if it was just a string of Tom Cruise stunts and impressive jet shots. But really, the story is about the relationship between Maverick and Rooster. The high-stakes action forces them into situations together that push them out of their comfort zone, until finally, Rooster lets go of his resentment for Maverick, and Maverick stops trying to shelter Rooster from the dangers of naval aviation. Freaky Friday could simply be a silly story of all the gimmicks that arise when a mother and daughter switch bodies. But because these stories clearly define the misbelief from the start, all of the entertaining scenes that follow are incrementally progressing both main characters on a journey of change where they realize that each other's lives have unique challenges of their own, ultimately leaving the mother and daughter with a new level of respect for each other that they didn't have at the beginning. Characters that grow and change make for meaningful stories, and when you can create an exciting series of events that motivates your character arcs, then your audience will leave entertained and fulfilled on a deeper level. Speaking of deep fulfillment, it's finally time to go surprise Jay. Let's go put him in a Freaky Friday scene with me. All right, well, Jay, I've got a little surprise for you. Look.
Fortune cookie.
What do you think?
Yes. TV documentary.
Success will be yours? What does this mean?
We have about to fish bodies.
Jay, what are you doing with my cookie?
Not yours, in mine.
This is not a game. This is not a laughing matter.
No, this is my cookie.
Jay, you don't understand how hard my life is. If only you could just see what it was like to be in my shoes.
Oh, really? You see how I like to be in my shoes.
Yeah, I'd like to see that happen. For just one day, you be in my shoes, I'd be in your shoes. I think life would be a lot easier then.
I took me a living a heck.
Enough playing around. Just give me that cookie.
No.
Jay, come on.
No, give me that thing.
Give me that cookie.
Give me that. Okay.
Give me the cookie.
Yeah, I'm high. Jay, yeah, okay, silly.
Oh, really, Jackson? I'm silly?
Yeah.
Wait.
What
the? If you want to see Jay star in the movie that was written for him, visit madewithlovethemovie.com to make your donation and be a part of this project.